Jai Hind everyone, I am Dr. Sneha Mishra, Assistant Professor in Department of Computer Science and Engineering, AKGEC Ghaziabad. So, we are covering compiler design course. So, in the previous lecture, we have discussed about the phases of compiler, and those phases were the lexical analysis phase and semantic analysis phase, and also the syntax analysis phase. All the three analysis part were covered in the previous lecture, and this is the second part of that phases of compiler. So today we will be covering about the next that is the synthesis part of the phases of compiler. As you can see in the diagram, there are these 6 phases of compiler. So these phases are said to be as analysis phase, and these phases are said to be as synthesis phase. So these phases have been discussed in the previous lecture, and today we will be discussing about these next three phases, which are the syntax synthesis part of the compiler. See, we say that this analysis phase is the front end of the compiler, and these are the back end of the compiler, right? So, all these phases are being connected with the symbol table as well as the error handler, as we are aware of. So, let's jump to the intermediate code generation part. That is, it is the fourth phase of the compiler, and it is what it is doing. It is converting the high level language statement such as while, if and switch to the low level conditional statements, and it is there is one example also, like b is equals to a plus c. So here we can assign a temporary register t1 to a cross b, and then we will get the problem as b is equals to t1 not c. Now this is the easier instruction, right? So these easier instructions can be the low level conditional statements. So this is how we are generating the intermediate code generation. And one point which we have to keep in mind is the intermediate code generation, the input which we are receiving is in the form of syntax tree, which we have received from the semantic analysis phase. Semantic analysis phase, right? So, we have to keep in mind that intermediate code generation. So, intermediate code generation is the fourth phase, and the syntax tree, which is the output of semantic analyzer, is the input of this phase. Let's move on to the next phase, that is the code optimization phase. Yes, this is the fifth phase of the compiler. So, the intermediate code that is being generated, like the intermediate code which we have generated in the previous example. So, that is the previous phase is the input for this code optimization. So, the intermediate code right? So, intermediate code is input, right? So, it is the input for the code optimization, right? Yeah, this is written here, code optimization. So, intermediate code instructions are the input for code optimization. So, this is the fifth phase of the compiler, and the output is another intermediate code. So, the output of code optimizer is also intermediate code only, right? So, the output is input is also the intermediate code, output is also the intermediate. So, the primary thing which we have to remember is that the output as well as the input both are the intermediate code only. So, the input which we have received as intermediate code instruction and the optimized instructions which are in the form of intermediate code, these are two different things. So, the job is same, but what is it? It saves time and space. So, it saves time and space, that is output of this phase is the optimized code. What we mean by optimized, that anything which is carrying lesser space, which is carrying lesser time, is the optimized version of the previous thing, right? It may be optimized in form of cost, it may be optimized in form of time, it may be optimized in form of complexity. So there are several things. So let's take an example here, that A is equals to B plus C into D, right? And no need to write, but I have to tell you this thing, that what we are doing is this C into D, you can see here also it is the same, and when we are writing E is equals to F plus C into D, here also C into D is the same. If I assign a temporary register to C into D, right, suppose I am assigning T1 to this, then see here, so this in statement this T1 is equals to C into D. So this is assigned as the temporary register T1. So now A is equals to B plus T1 and E is equals to F plus T1. So this is the shorter version, this is the optimized version of C into D. So observe that the computation of C into D is done only once, right? We don't have to again and again do the compilation of C into D. If we have once assigned T1 as C into D, we don't have to for this particular statement E is equals to F in F plus, like I am writing here, E is equals to F plus C into D. Since I am already aware of that what this C into D is, now I don't have to do this computation of C into D. I'll directly do the computation of F plus the value which has been registered in T1. So this is the optimized version. So for this statement, it will be the optimized version, right? So the code is being optimized. So this is the job of code optimization. So in code optimization, we are again receiving the intermediate code only. It is nothing like that we are receiving the output in the form of another type of mode. No, the code is in the form of intermediate code only. But in that phase, we were doing each and every step. In intermediate code generation, whatever syntax tree we have received from the semantic analysis, we were completely doing that semantic analysis phase. But in code optimization, those intermediate code instructions, if there is any chance of code optimization, then we will perform firstly the code optimization and then we will receive that code in the optimized form. So again you can see it is saving the time as well as the space. So this is the example of code optimization. So let's move to the next thing, that is code generation. This is the last phase, sixth phase of the compiler. So what is this phase? This is the last phase of the compiler. So the optimized code contains from the previous phase is the input. So yes, right. So here we are receiving the intermediate code as an input, right? So we are receiving the intermediate, but which intermediate code? Which was being generated in code optimization, right? So intermediate code is the input for code generation. Which intermediate code? Not the intermediate code generation, but the code generated in the code optimization phase. So the optimized code obtained in the previous phase is the input, and it converts the intermediate code into the equivalent assembly language. Now the job is to convert those intermediate code into assembly language. Assembly language instruction, right? So it is converting it into the assembly language instruction. So this phase has to utilize the registers very efficiently to generate the efficient code. Let's take an example. Here we have an example, A is equals to B plus C, right? So now what it will be doing, those intermediate code which we have received from the code optimization part, it will be generating the assembly language for that. First of all, you have to load B, right? Load B. Then add C, and you have to add C in B, na? Then what you have to do? Whatever you are receiving as B plus C, you have to store it in A. So store in A. So this is the very simple language, right? So assembly language is very simpler language, right? So now two things are remaining. What is symbol table and error handler? So symbol table, in each and every phase we have studied that how symbol table and error handler are been interacting with each and every phase of the compiler, whether it is the analysis part or it is the synthesis part. Each and everything is been interacting and generating the errors according to the symbol table, according to all the information received by the symbol table. So the symbol table is the module that can be accessed by, there should be space here, that can be accessed by all phases of the compiler, right? So the information of all the variables, constants along with their types of the variables and constants are stored here. So in the symbol table, we are storing all these information of the variables and constants and the types of the variables and constants we have in our source program. And in error handler, what we are doing is, this is the routine, and this routine is invoked whenever an error is encountered. So error handler is whatever information which has been shared in the symbol table. So if it is not appropriate, if it is that information is not matching, that information is not appropriate as per the variable or the type which has been assigned, there is a wrong function call, whatever it is. So whatever the symbol table is giving now, so it is invoking whenever the error is encountered in any of the phase, right? So this routine attempts a correction so that the subsequent statements need not be discarded and many errors can be identified in the single compilation, right? So I think you are getting what is the job of error handler. It is just the routine is to generate the error or encounter whatever error it is. So it will display the error message, right? Display error message. Right. So let's take this example. So this is about, example is sum is equals to initial plus value into 10. So what lexical analysis will do? Lexical analysis will say this is identifier, this is operator, operand, this is the initial, this is also the identifier. See, identifier 1, identifier 2, identifier 3, the identifier 4, right? So these are the, actually this is the constant, not the identifier, right? So it is generating the tokens, token 1, token 2, token 3, this is also a token operand, operator, this is also a token, this is also a token, right? This is also a token. So see, what is the symbol table doing? Symbol table, sum, the data about information about sum, information about initial, information about value, it will be stored here. What type of data type is there, right? Everything it will be stored in the symbol table. Then what will be the syntax analysis do? Syntax analyzer will generate the parse tree, that how these will be working, right? Then only we will be checking about whether it is any logical mistake or not, any colon is missing or any space or any extra variable which is not been declared is there. Then semantic analysis, we are defining the type, right? Then intermediate code generation, you are aware of that we are assigning intermediate instructions, the low level instructions are being low level instructions. Right, so here we are giving the low level instructions. After these low level instructions, what we are doing? We are doing the code optimization part, in which we are optimizing. If any statement is to be optimized, then we are optimizing that. Like in temporary variable one, int to float, right? So into float, directly here we have written into float, right? So this is the optimized version of this, and we one register is being saved here, right? T1 register is, see here, T1, T2, T3, there are 3 registers, right? Here it is only T1 register and whole job is done. So this is the optimized version. Then what we are doing is, we are generating code generation, last phase of the compiler, which is the code generation. So in which what we are doing is, we are converting these intermediate code into the assembly language. Assembly language. This is also the low level instruction, but of optimized version. Right. So these are the phases, right? You can understand here. So these are the 6 phases, and this is the very apt example which is showing that how these phases are working for and how the compilation job is done. So whatever is the source program, one by one we are receiving all these syntax, all these this is the analysis job, and this is the synthesis job. All this is done one by one as a step by step. You can take this example. So this is the job of the, this is how the compilation job is being done by each and every phase. So I hope after this lecture you will be getting the subsequent knowledge of how these phases are working with the symbol table as well as the error handler. So the main thing is that how these phases, like if we move to the first slide, this one, that how these phases are being solved. So in this phase we are generating tokens. So input is the source program, but output is the token. In this phase, syntax analysis, the output is the syntax tree. Here also the output is syntax tree. Here the output is intermediate code instruction. Here we are getting the optimized version of intermediate code instructions, and here we are receiving the assembly language. Right. So this was the gist of the this lecture, that we have covered all the phases of the compiler, and all those phases are telling that what is their job and what is the output and what is the input we are receiving. For this particular syntax analysis, token is the input, this syntax tree is the input, syntax tree is the input, this intermediate code is the input, then optimized code is the input. Right. So this is how. So this much was in today's lecture. Thank you so much.